Welcome, everybody. This is a offshoot of our podcast, the JY Podcast.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to just take this video to talk about Jared Leto's Joker and the Snyder Cut, and just kind of how we think it's going to go in the future for his Joker. If you didn't see Suicide Squad, a very popular thing people were criticizing was Joker in it and Jared Leto's performance. Now, a main argument was the script was bad, or he didn't get enough screen time. And I feel like that this movie helped invalidate the argument about a bad script, because this was some pretty good script and he was still just not that good in the movie.
Yeah, I feel like it was probably a bit of everything from the line delivery to the expression and the gestures and the laugh. The laugh was, oh my.
This is by far the most hideous Joker laugh I've heard. Might even be like the most hideous villain laugh I've heard on screen for a comic book villain. It's
You
just,
can't even call it a laugh. It's like he's been smoking for 30 years and laughing hurts his lungs.
yeah, I don't know what bird. I think it's a crow. He sounded like a crow.
Shit, Jesus. He could. All right. If you haven't seen the movie, I'll graciously replicate it for you. It was like,
If you saw Suicide Squad and you thought his laugh was just terrible in that, man, I'm telling you, in this movie, it is so much worse.
it's
So
like
much.
he spent 3 years reflecting on how to better make the laugh sound good, and all 3 years were spent on making it just the worst laugh of all time.
I think it was even more than that. I think Suicide Squad came out 2016.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, about 4 years.
Do you want to talk about the joke that you know what I'm talking about? That one joke.
So for people that have seen the movie, I think you'll know what we're talking about. But he makes this joke in the movie that's just so like, what's the word? Cringe. Like, it's just the weirdest thing in the world, and it's just weird for him to say to Batman.
It
But
was like, gross, just straight up.
it's just weird for him to say to, like, I don't know, Batman. I get, and like, if you know what I'm talking about, Arkham games, like Joker did flirt with Batman a few times, but just I think it might have just been like the delivery of the line. It was just weird. But yeah, that and the script, like I've seen on Twitter, which I was pretty surprised about. People thought Jared Leto's Joker redeemed himself in this movie. Um, I think they're just distracted by the script, because the script did have some good writing, and I think it was a pretty accurate interpretation of, like, a Batman and Joker conversation. But Jared Leto's performance just dragged the scene down so badly, and it's pretty bad because this could have been like a pretty special Joker and Batman scene. I think it did like reflect their rivalry pretty well. Rivalry.
Yeah, well, I felt like the whole thing was pointless. Never mind just his inclusion in the movie, but if you like actually listen to what he's saying, he's just sitting there taunting Batman. And from whatever storyline you can pick up from this sequence, this dream sequence, they're supposed to be friends. And he's just sitting there like making fun of Batman, which I guess is in character, but there's no point. He's just sitting there talking to take up screen time, which is probably something Jared Leto was happy to do. But like for the fans, it didn't help his case at all for being a good Joker.
Yeah, maybe they gave him like such a long sequence so that Zack Snyder could hit the 4 hour mark on it. I don't know, but yeah, this, like, if you cut this sequence with the Joker out, I mean, it wouldn't change the movie at all. I get Snyder's what he wanted to do with this, because he did say, he was like, people, we haven't seen this version of the Joker and Ben Affleck's Batman interact. So I guess before he left, he wanted to have an interaction between them. But I will say thank you, Zack Snyder, for doing this, because we now know the problem is Jared Leto. That's the problem with this Joker. And I hope after this that they just recast this Joker, because he's not working.
God knows they need it. What do you think of his design? Just before we wrap things up here.
The design was, it's not bad. I liked it. I like the green hair. I like that they got rid of the unnecessary tattoos on his face, which I guess doesn't really make sense where to like go. Um, but yeah, I'm happy that damage thing is off his forehead because that was like so unnecessary.
I
Yeah, I just like the design.
well, in terms of like the face, it was pretty boring. I think the lip makeup is actually pretty good. It actually looks like blood, unlike a bunch of other movies. Really, I don't like the hair, long hair. It just didn't work. But that's just my opinion. The best part about it though is definitely the vest. That vest is really cool with like all the sheriff badges on there.
Yeah, it's
It's,
nice.
it's
It's a pretty cool.
great.
Yeah, I think this design is much better than the Suicide Squad one. I
Okay.
think, yeah, the Suicide Squad one it just had a lot of fun. I don't remember. Does this Joker still have his grills in his mouth?
No, actually, he had rotting teeth, which was it was pretty disturbing and like pretty. It's a good detail, black teeth that look like they're falling out of his head. I thought it kind of added to like the creepiness of him.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing that really improved with this Joker in this movie was just the design. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. It's a mess. If you guys want to see a properly done Joker's after Heath Ledger's, the Joker movie, Walking Phoenix, does a great job with the Joker. Gotham's Cameron Monaghan, great performance as Joker. If you just want to see properly done Joker, watch those because this Joker here is not going to get any better. If he had 4 years to reflect and he still just couldn't improve after all this, then it's just doomed. He can't be redeemed as a Joker.
I would argue if you want a better rendition of Joker than this, watch any Batman movie ever. Oh, any time period. 1967 Batman show, better Joker. Because this guy, it's like he's not even the Joker. He's just some like cosplayer that showed up on set and they just let him talk.
Exactly. They need to recast this guy. He's terrible. One of my casting that I think would work was Bill Skarsgård. I think that's how you say his name. The dude who
Oh,
played Pennywise.
yeah, that'll be a good one.
That dude would be a pretty good Joker. I was also thinking Willem Dafoe, but he's already in the DCU.
He's already in the movie for some reason.
Yeah, which stinks. It's honestly a waste opportunity. He'd be a great Joker, but yeah, they just need to recast Jared Leto at this point.
Get rid of him. He needs to never do a movie again. Just retire, buddy.
Yeah. Honestly, like a common thing people say is like, "Oh, Jared Leto's a pretty good actor. He was just not given a good script." But he's really not that good of an actor. Like, I don't know, man. He's just like some of his performances are just weird to me.
You know how many Joker renditions there are? How much like source material you have to go over? And you have 5 years to practice after your last failure, and you still mess up. Like at that point, you're just a bad actor.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just you're even just a laugh. Like, why does he want to do this laugh? Like all these iconic Joker laughs. Like you get the idea of how it's done. This is not how any way I would ever imagine the Joker to laugh.
Yeah, I don't know. They weren't thinking literally. In the movie, uh, the like the fake out guy with the bald head in Lex Luthor's cell. That guy was a better Joker than Jared Leto.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like as he was laughing, I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, this dude's better than Jared Leto. Like he honestly was. They need to cast that guy instead.
Exactly. We need to start a movement. We gotta find that guy. He's the next Joker.
Dude, I could find people in school plays that would do better than this, but just yeah. And also, I think another thing to note is in the end, Batman says to Joker that Harley Quinn is dead. So I'm assuming that's Snyder's vision for if he got to keep doing movies without Harley Quinn was gonna be dead.
Really? That was like the best character to ever come up with was the what do you call it? The Margot Robbie Harley Quinn. She was actually good.
He didn't even
Especially
come up with her. She came into Suicide Squad.
he was part of that movie, wasn't he?
I don't think so. I don't know, man. I don't know if she's actually dead or if it was just a part of the vision. I'm assuming she is because I wouldn't be surprised. This is the same dude who wants to kill Dick Grayson as Robin instead of Jason Todd. But
Yeah. Anything to be edgy.
Yeah, and we're gonna be discussing the Snyder Cut and just our thoughts on that whole thing in our podcast. So make sure to tune into that. Is there anything else, or do you think that's good for the video?
Yeah, I definitely think we covered that 1 minute segment in a good 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Just summary: this Joker is just not good, and he's just needs to be recasted. What a disgrace.